Hello, Blizzard fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is Game 2 between Innovation and Life on Catallena, the Ladder Edition. Let's get rid of that, pull this up, pull up names, and get this thing started. I cast Game 1 on my channel just a few minutes ago, and boy, that was a really exciting Game 1 between these players. I hope the rest of this series keeps up to the challenge and of the legacy from that first game. This is basically from their round of 8 series from the GSL tournament that was recently wrapped up. And yeah, basically WCS 2015 Season 1. Woo! Let me just catch my breath there. I just wrapped up the Game 1, as I said. Anyway, on the left side of the map here, we have Innovation, the blue Terran player. And on the right side, we have Life, the red Zerg player, one of my favorite players currently playing the game. Now, before we get too far into this, I just want to go ahead and give a plug for Element. If you haven't watched any of his videos, he does the daily sodium intake videos, which are just amazing to watch. It's basically people that rage in StarCraft 2. I know we've all seen that on the ladder. It's kind of fun to see them highlighted. He also does little mini snippets of tournament games. He takes a game that's, 20-25 minutes long, and he condenses it down to like 3 or 4 minutes, does a good job with his editing, with his music, with his sound effects to actually kind of keep your interest, keep you appraised of what's going on, and give you a good feel. Again, it's not a full story of what happened in the game, it's more just a feel of what happened. So I'm going to put a link to him in the description of this video. If you want to watch his videos, I highly encourage it. He is just an excellent StarCraft 2 editor. He really knows the game, and I encourage you to check him out. Either way, Reaper popping in now, getting chased away by the Slowlings. Again, the Slowlings are not there really to kill the Reaper. They're pretty much there to keep the drones alive. If the focus is on these Lings, if he's kiting all day, then none of the drones are actually going to die. And I don't know, is he going to actually escape off this ramp? Oh, he barely does. I think one more hit might have killed him, maybe 2 from those Lings. Another Reaper coming down. Life likes this Reaper harassment. We saw it in Game 1. He tries to keep the Zerg on their toes. You don't want to let the Zerg drone up forever and ever. What you really want to do is get the pressure on, not let them get 60 drones at the 5-minute mark, whatever ridiculous thing that Stefano is able to do. You actually want to harass them, force them to make Lings instead of drones. One drone actually going down there, good coordination there by Innovation. Is speed almost up? Speed is about 40% complete. It's going to be a while before the speedlings are there. Chasing off these Reapers is going to be the job of the Slowlings and of the Queen. It looks like Life does not want to drop a Spine Crawler. That's something I usually do if I see more than one Reaper, is get another Spine Crawler down. But Life is confident enough in his micro and his ability of his Queens and his Lings to actually keep these guys at bay. I don't think we see any more Reapers coming on down. Extending that creep is going to be really nice for the Queen. It'll give her more of a defensive radius to get out and take care of those harassing units. Overlord scouting has just been amazing here. Flies right on over the base. Does he see the second command center? Not yet, but yes, he scouts right on in, sees exactly what he's dealing with. There's a second command center in addition to the one that's already there at the natural. So 3 total CCs coming down for Innovation. We saw this in Game 1 as well. In response to Life takes a quick third, will probably take a 4th as well, I have to imagine. Lings popping on up. We are making drones, we're making Queens, we're making a tech lab on this barracks. I imagine we're going to go ahead and flip that onto a starport for some Banshee harass. I actually don't see a starport coming up just yet, but I would not be surprised if there is one. Marine trying to take down this Overlord. I think he can escape onto the high ground, though. This beautiful, lush high ground here on Catallena. Very pretty to look at. He only has 28 hit points left, but he's safe there on this high ground because the Terran player cannot see up there. See, it's just dark. He's gone. You can't see him. You can't shoot what you can't see. And here we go, moving on up with 2 Hellions and 3 Reapers pushing on up here. The spread is very good here. Spine Crawler coming up at the front as well, and 3 Queens. Yikes. That is enough to handle this number of harassing units. The extra armor they have is invaluable against those light attacks, or I guess the attacks that do benefits or bonus damage against light, like we see from the Reapers and from the Hellions. Lings moving on in, though. They have speed, they have mischief on their minds. They're going to try to get in and actually do manage to kill a Marine. Are they going to kill another one? No. Good lift of the supply depot, keeping the Zerglings out of the main base. You don't want the Lings in to do some scouting. I mean, what they would see is barracks, factory, barracks. I mean, really not anything the Life didn't know already, I don't think. Spreading creep much better this game is Life. 4 creep tumors coming on out. That is a function of the fact that he has more Queens. He doesn't need as many to keep injects up. We see we already have those ready to go, and another one here. So 3 Queens. Is that 3 Queens in addition? 5 queens. Okay, so 2 queens in addition to the ones required to keep the injects up on these hatcheries. That means a lot more creep tumors coming on out. Reaper goes down in the harassment. Another one dies as well. The last one dies at the same time. And so Innovation is actually down to 0 Reapers. He is. He sacrificed them. He did manage to get 3 drone kills. I don't know if 3 drone kills for 3 Reapers is a fair trade, but at the same time, the Reapers aren't really useful in the mid to late game. So doing what you can with them now and sacrificing them to make supply for more units is pretty much a good idea. What do I have going down for Innovation? Starport, barracks, barracks, barracks. I imagine we might lift off this barracks and land the starport on here to get those Banshees I was talking about earlier, but actually they might just be medevacs here at the 9-minute mark. Medevacs have more use in the mid to the late game than the Banshees actually do. Stim just about to finish. Combat Shield coming up as well. Yeah, that's what I thought. Nothing's going to lift off here for a while. That upgrade needs to finish. There are Hellions out on the field, though. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. 6 total Hellions. Counting is hard. I did not major in math or quantum mechanics or anything crazy like that in college. But either way, moving on up are these creep tumors squirting their way forward. Look at this creep spread. It is very, very good. He's about halfway to the front door of the natural of Innovation already. That's going to be super useful to him. He already has all the drones he's going to need. I think 79 harvesters, the 10-minute mark. Yeah, he's done with workers at this point. He's going to tech up. He's going to make units as necessary. He has the Spire coming up. He has a Baneling nest as well. Basically, the way he's been able to rebuff these Banelings and these Zerglings has allowed him to do this droning. So fantastic play by him. This is something you need to do as a Zerg player and figure out fast. Innovation trying to slow things down, moving on out with his Marines that have no upgrades though. They do have Stim, Combat Shield just about to finish, making them a little bit more viable. He's going to try to swing around here to the left side, but the creep spread is just, I mean, he has to go over a lot of creep to actually get here to this 4th base, or 3rd base rather. Stimming forward, doing a great scan, taking down 3 creep tumors. Big deal. Marines, Zerglings get a good surround. Banelings don't have speed quite yet, about 35% done there. But Innovation has done what he wanted. He slowed down the creep spread here, but the creep queens are here to push it on back. Overlord kind of hanging out here in the shadows as well. I do not think Innovation can see him. No, he cannot. Push here again with Marines, taking down more and more creep tumors. Another scan, I have to imagine, right about here would be amazing. A lot of creep tumors would die. But no, actually no scan coming on down. There it is. There's the scan. Creep tumors dying left and right. Zerglings getting a surround on all the Marines, taking out a couple of the Hellions as well. Dropping on the high ground. Good move there by Innovation. There's nothing that can really deal with that. There are a couple Mutalisks, but not many. We're going to heal up, probably stem on down, try to harass this base as well. Hellbats transforming though. Banelings get right in there and clean those guys up. They explode quickly. Banelings do very well against Hellbats. Marine pushing on down. Drop here as well. There are a couple Mutalisks out though. I don't know if these medevacs are long for the world. Single medevac does manage to almost take down, or single Mutalisk almost manages to take down this medevac. And no, this medevac is still alive, but more Mutalisks and Zerglings show up and clean up this drop very, very nicely. Another small group up here heading on home. So it's basically 3 base to 4 base. The Zerg player is up. Again, he has as many drones as he possibly could want at this point, making Queens, making Mutalisks, making Zerglings, upgrading his ground attack units. And we have Widow Mines coming out for our Terran player, as well as the upgrade that allows them to burrow a little bit faster. Marines stemming right on into this tight little corner. You notice that only a couple Zerglings can attack. There we go. Coming around the backside, the boost away of the medevacs and dropping Marines in the way of those Mutalisks is a fantastic play. This is something you see a lot from Terran players. Boosting away, dropping Marines so that the pursuing the Mutalisks can't do all the damage that they want to do. But that gets cleaned up very quickly as well. Another small group of Marines and Widow Mines popping right up here. Widow Mines burrowing themselves at the back. A good place to retreat to for these Marines. And remember what I said about the creep spread earlier? That is pretty much over with and gone. The creep is going to recede like crazy from this point on. I don't think it's going to be safe enough for our Zerg player to get out there for a while yet. But he did lose some workers in those attacks, but he still has 88. I mean, he can replace them very, very easily. His income is pretty much through the roof on these 4 bases. Innovation not showing much interest in taking another 4th base. But again, pretty much just pumping units off of these barracks with tech labs, with reactors, and doing what he can to keep the pressure up. He knows he cannot sit back and relax because the Zerg player will come kill him. We have a small drop on the right side while the main push comes down on the left side through the middle here, threatening that 4th base. We're pretty much going to try to get all the attention of Life on this attack right here while dropping a small group of Marines here on the right side. Big attack coming on in, a ton of Widow Mines. If those burrow and get hits, they're going to be huge for Innovation. They do get a couple off. Good spread as well on those Widow Mines. Drop coming right on in. Push forward. Banelings hitting a lot of stuff, but good splits by Innovation. Small drop here, going to get cleaned up by these Mutalisks. They were ready for it. Pushing forward, though, are these Marines, are these Widow Mines getting huge hits off on the Banelings. There are still quite a few Widow Mines left, 3 here, actually. And again, it looks like a small group of Marines, but it's enough to take down an Extractor to kill a bunch of workers. Mutalisks try to get in, kill what they can. Mutas, Lings, Banelings, all working together in conjunction. Good swing around the top side of the Zerglings to catch these guys out of position. Marines dying left and right, 181 to 141 supply. The Zerg player is still up. These guys are forced to run on home. Small group of guys darts forward, but Banelings come to meet them, and they're forced to retreat. Everybody heading back on home for the Terran army, and actually no, stimming forward. Innovation's Marines are feeling a little bit gutsy here. They want to do a good job and keep their base safe. Medevacs flying in for no reason and then boosting out. I think Innovation didn't quite know where they were, and they managed to get on home. Again, no 4th base. Here we go. 4th base actually lifting off and coming down for Innovation. You want to basically expand toward your Zerg opponent if at all possible as a Terran player, so this is a good place for it. Much, much better than up here, to tell you the truth. And what do we have in the base? Just pretty much more of the same for Innovation. He is upgrading. Oh, +3/+3. That's going to be huge. He didn't get that in the first game. Random chance. The Mutalisks catch a full medevac full of Marines. Nice pickup by Life. But again, just random. You can't really count on that as a Zerg player. I mean, fly around all you want. But if you do manage to catch a medevac, do not say it was skill in that point, because it was definitely luck. This base looking really good. Saturated, got the gas going, getting a missile turret up. If this gets saturated, or if this continues to be helpful, as well as this one, this could be a big deal for the Zerg player. 5th base now going down for Life. And basically, Life is content to hold back right now. He's maxed out. I don't know what he's waiting for. He's getting a ton of spine crawlers. He is upgrading to a hive. Where is that hive? Here it is, just about to finish. We'll have to see what tech path is next from that hive. Another fully loaded medevac. Very brave to head out after what happened to her comrade just a couple of minutes ago. Almost gets spotted by these Zerglings, but doesn't. Boosts right on in, right between those 2 overlords. I think they were spotted by Life. Small push here, actually heading on back. I don't know if they're worried about this drop or what. Life is not really... Yeah, he's responding to this. There are a couple spines here. Another spine about to finish. It gets 1 poke off, 2 pokes off, and then it dies. A lot of these Lings come in, clean that up entirely. Medevac about to die as well. Harassment coming in from the Mutalisks. Big, big group of Mutas taking down supply depots. Actually, supply blocking Innovation. Huge pickup there. Mutalisks being so annoying in this matchup, not really holding still long enough for the Marines to come and catch them. An extra supply drop comes down to actually get Innovation out of that supply block situation. Well played by him. Medevac flying on out again. It does get spotted, I think. No, actually, the vision from the creep is not extending out there quite as far. Mutalisks kind of trapped here. There's really nowhere for them to go. They move on in. They feel like they can handle this number of Marines, but they cannot. Again, the Marines are 3-3, making them super dangerous. Another drop coming on down, but there are 4 spine crawlers here. That is enough to handle a large group of Marines. A Thor now here as well. Banelings crashing in, actually wasting most of their hits on that Thor, and the Thor stays alive. Marines here stim right on in, splitting their attacks between these spine crawlers, though, and I don't know if that is the great choice or not. They are all still alive, so maybe they made the right choice. Banelings crash in, every single one of them die. Zerglings coming in the front door, trying to take down this command center at the same time. Innovation is responding with his army, but it's not going to be enough to save a lot of the units that actually died in that attack. 19 SCVs died. It's 84 to 44. Life is up for 47 harvesters right now. That is a huge benefit, but again, as a Zerg player, you cannot sit back and let the Terran player get back up. Mules are such a great tool to remacro up if you lost a lot of workers. So Terran players, if you lost a ton of SCVs, do not give up. Basically, mule up as best you can, and you'll be in a good spot if you can survive just a few minutes. Medevac's flying around pretty much uncontested here. Not much happening. A push coming out. Banelings crashing onto the Marauders. Not a good choice. They do take down a Thor, though. That was very nice. 1 Thor still remains, though. Another Zergling counterattack coming in the front door. And they do get right into these production facilities for Innovation, forcing the entire army back. for Innovation. Taking down a Marauder, taking down Marines. I mean, whew, good Zergling counterattack there as well. 200 to 184 supply. The push is coming, though. We have Marines and Marauders and Medivacs and a single Thor coming on through. We're going to zoom out a little bit. There is an Infestor now. I don't know what we're going to do with the Infestor. Maybe Fungal Growth would be nice to keep everybody hold still. And Ultralisks now as well added to the army. Good Zergling flank attack coming from the right side. Bailing's rolling in. Good splits from Innovation, though. This Ultralisk we're going to keep an eye on, see if he can get any juicy Marine kills. He does do very well against Marines, not so much against Marauders, but also can soak up Widow Mines, forcing Innovation back and back and back. Is life. A small group of Marines is all that remains. We're actually getting a single Swarm Host now for life. I don't know what the choice of that is for, but either way, I mean, pretty much you're going to win here as life if you can just force the Terran player back and back consistently. Keep him off of your front door, if at all possible. 3 SCVs going down to this harassment. More and more transferring SCVs getting caught by these Mutalisks. Good control here by life, kind of keeping them alive, while at the same time picking up SCV kills as I take a drink. Whew, excuse me there. Again, another non-stop TVZ battle. Swooping on in are the Mutalisks, taking down many supply depots. I don't think it is enough to supply block the Terran player. No, it is not, because he's only down to 119 supply. It is 198 to 121 at this point. 164 available for Innovation. He couldn't even match Life's total if he wanted to. And Life is just playing it patient. I mean, he knows you just basically kill these attacks that come out from the Terran player over and over again, and you're going to win it. A small drop coming in here with Medivacs again. The drones smartly evacuate as quickly as humanly possible, or swarmingly possible, I suppose. Coming on down, push here on the left side again. Innovation with his 3-3 infantry looking very, very dangerous, very, very scary, but there are 2 Ultralisks here that can get kited pretty much all day. Widowmine shot goes down, and Innovation calls the GG. So Life actually takes game 2 here, going up 2-0 in this series on Innovation. Innovation really needs to win this next game. He will not be in a good spot if he does not. So again, this has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Blizzard upload. If you liked what you saw today, if you like what you heard, hit that like button and subscribe to me on YouTube. It is very much appreciated if you do so. You can also find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook at /FalconPaladin. I try to post funny things, interesting things, not just stuff from my channel, so you don't feel like it's redundant to subscribe to me there as well as on YouTube. But anyway, as always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, you take care of yourself.